are reaching markets that say our digital display ads or Facebook advertising is not, and so that was the point of the Shellraiser proposal was, hey, let's take what we learned last year, let's make it that much better, let's figure out if, like what we could do with this money um, that we didn't know that we could do last year. So really excited about that one. The marketing for the solar eclipse in October, we got $3,000 for $6,000 worth of marketing. We got awarded $9,000 for $18,000 project with certified folders for the other folder company, but it's essentially to distribute our top 15 brochures to over 900 locations throughout California, Nevada, and Utah. And so right now, if people are traveling, you go to hotels, restaurants, bus stops, and you see those rack cards all sitting there for hot air balloon rides and things like that, you you will not find an Ely brochure in any of those racks, and that's because we've never done this before. But when you think about how many people are coming across Highway 8, coming into Wendover, coming in through St. George for the national parks down there, it just makes sense that we have our material down where they're at. And then, of course, $5,000 for a $10,000 redesign and reprint of our annual visitors guide. Great Basin Heritage Area Partnership also awarded us money for the Cattle Drive mural refresh and resealing. So as soon as it warms up and melts away, we'll get David Ozuna to work on that. And then also we got awarded from the Heritage Area the cost of including White Pine County in Travel Nevada's new Nevada Academy, which is essentially a frontline staff and hospitality industry training program that this module will essentially showcase White Pine County and educate all of these hospitality people at the state level of what we're on. So those are the grants that we'll be working on over the next year. We're still working with Bill and Kim Noah on the Sunset Lanes on a new design. Jake Vinsek is kind of deconstructing and reconstructing something on Operation Haylift, which was one of the ideas that was thrown out by Bill Noah. So hopefully, when we get a design in, we can bring that back to the board. Still finishing up the Prometheus display, just pretty much the wording on that one. We want to make sure our facts are correct. Happy to report that Great Basin Trails Alliance has been grooming for fat biking. So all of our single track on Ward Mountain, Ice Plant Canyon, and the Merkin Binder, volunteers have been grooming that. And as long as it keeps snowing, we're going to have great conditions for the Merkin Binder. And I did have a great turnout for the cross-country ski class that I taught last Saturday. There was about 11 people that came out for that. Never been on skis before, but we'll certainly be back. And we had quite a few calls from people who couldn't make last week, but they wanted to still do something before the Merkin Binder. So probably going to do another class the weekend with Iron Ice. And so upcoming events, Nevada Northern Railway is just finishing out all their holiday trains. And like I said, December 11th for the next solar eclipse meeting. RFP did that one. And so upcoming events is the Ely Volunteer Fireman's Ball on New Year's Eve. Fire and Ice Winter Festival is January 13th through 15th. And the Rotary Ice Fishing Derby is January 28th. And as of right now with Fire and Ice, we've secured a location for the Color Blast. There will be pub crawl downtown, thanks to the Chamber of Commerce, and that will flow right into a concert with local band Desert Illness, which is essentially all of Mindy's children and friends, Taproot. And so we'll have a great kickoff to Fire and Ice with mural tour and everything like that, and that'll flow right into the Saturday events, Merkin Binder, bowling tournaments, darts, arts, all that good stuff, fireworks, sculpture burn, everything. The updated schedule is up on our website, and you're starting to see posters around town. So very excited for Fire and Ice, and if weather cooperates, we are not opposed to still attempting to do snow sculptures, but in Broadbent Park, with the same amounts for the awards, because it's just going to be that little bit more work. If we get really good snowmen, then I'll be happy. So, and that's all for my report. If there's, is there any questions?
Kyle, I do have a question on, while I was in Dallas, I was contacted by people on the Great American Eclipse, and I know Errol is next on marketing, but it seems like if just people are, before the 2023 rolls around, asking about it, it seems like we probably need to get it up on the website as soon as possible.
Absolutely. So Errol and I will work on that with the landing page, and start putting the info up just so that the SEO will start to register as soon as possible.
Okay, and one of the takeaways I had from the Great American Eclipse meeting is that you had invited all the public lands agency representatives, and for me it was fascinating because the impact on the public lands, but Jose Noriega brought up the point that October 14th is during hunting season. And so it's a challenge, you know, that's going to be a confluence of star watchers or non-watchers, and annular eclipse watchers and hunters at the same time. And so, you know, I think pre-thinking all of these about the impact on public lands is really important, and trash takeaway and porta potties and water and things like that we need to be prepared for as a community.
Yeah, and as well as our businesses, our restaurants, you know, it would just be a missed opportunity if we got caught surprised by this one.
Indeed. Do we have any discussion or questions on Kyle's report? All right, hearing none, we'll go to the marketing report with Errol.
Okay, I'm just gonna turn the camera around, so it's gonna be up close and personal. I apologize. Okay. Okay, so real quickly, I would like to extend my thanks once again to the board regarding that previous agenda item for my position. Thank you very much, everyone. As far as my media report goes, I'm very excited for this because there's some very interesting statistics in this one. So on Facebook, we were up 40 followers, so we're now at 7,433 followers. If you look at the graph I included from Facebook as far as our demographics among age and gender, they've always been pretty high amongst the women, but there's really a giant spike this month in the 35 to 54 range. And so, as I hope everyone was aware, we're in the midst of our White Pine Public Museum campaign and blitz this past month. And so that is interesting to see that spike while we're also in the midst of that. And we did release Keith's article, so maybe women just, like, Keith pulls them in, I don't know. We're up quite a bit. Moving on to Instagram, so we were up 4 followers, we're now at 3,012 followers. Twitter, we were also up 486 followers. Moving on to Targeted Digital, which we contract with, we work with Reach Local on that one, and I know Kyle touched on it, I'm just gonna quickly mention again. So we met with Todd, Kyle and I this month, and he's our new go-to person with Reach Local that we're working with. And I just wanted to add and say that it was a very good meeting. He seemed very impressed with everything that we're doing. He said that we're already doing everything that he would recommend anyway, and he was very satisfied, and it seems like it's going to be a very good working relationship with Todd. It's always been good with Reach Local. As far as our display ads, which all these are, I get display ads on the websites and the apps that I use, just because it thinks, like, I'm Googling Ely stuff all the time just to check on things, and so my phone thinks that I need a display ad for Ely, even though I'm the one putting out the, anyway. But I've seen the new display ad, it's very good. He updated it for us, so it has our brand colors that we've been using, and our new logo, and new photos, and it looks very good, so if you happen to see it, I liked it. Moving on to search retargeting, so we received 182,000 impressions, 144 clicks with a click-through rate of 0.08%. Our search engine marketing received 4.2 thousand impressions with 284 clicks and 2 leads. our YouTube ad, which does really well, and if you might remember the graph that we received from each local last month, most people are viewing our YouTube ad on TV, which is very interesting, on their smart TVs. Received 21.8 thousand impressions, 24.3 thousand views, and 28 clicks. Moving on to our website, our top 5 pages this month were the homepage, lodging, things to do, our Fire and Ice featured event, and the dining page. And then what's very interesting, if you look at the graphs I provided for new and returning visitors, so we had 93% new people visiting our website this month. And what's to me most interesting is most of them were on desktop. So it's 63% people went using their computer rather than their phone. Only 35% use mobile, which is crazy. That doesn't happen. It's unheard of. And it might be because we put out our newsletter this past month, maybe, and people are just viewing it on their desktops. It could be the fact of our museum blitz, and we released a couple articles. We released our Cave Bear and the new Keith article. Looking at the graphs, it didn't look like there were any just major obscure spikes anywhere. It was pretty consistent all month. But I thought that was very interesting. That it's just odd to see desktops so high, which is great. They're visiting our website. But to see mobile versus desktop, I thought, I don't know, it's a Christmas miracle, I don't know, it's weird. One last thing I included in mine was I received an email from Leisure Group Travel, which we've received, it's a magazine, we've received magazines from them, I received an email, and they just do like a digital magazine or a physical magazine. And this month's issue was all about 2023 stats and where they view travel and tourism going in 2023 and where those kind of trends are going. I've included a survey that they did of their subscribers and of people in tourism, and the survey mainly focused on what type of groups and fam tours and things that they're seeing visit their areas. And so you can kind of just look through the stats because I thought it was very interesting as far as fam tours. You can see that what's the average number of passengers per trip, 42% that they're mostly getting 30 to 49 passengers per van or fam tour. They're mostly in the age range of 60 years or older. Just kind of things to keep in mind as far as what the survey says. I found it very interesting. And they listed a whole bunch of things as far as 2023 travel trends and things like that. Lastly, let me see. I think that will conclude my report. I just wanted to say that, yeah, as you can tell from Kyle and everything that he said for the past hour, we're coming into 2023 hot, and it's very exciting. There's a lot to do, but it's a very exciting time, so I'm excited for this next coming year.
Well,
Thank you, Errol.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just a question for you, with that successful museum focus in December, who or what will be the focus in January?
January, I think mainly it's going to be Fire and Ice and Ice Fishing Derby, just to kind of pump that out more. We pumped it out and boosted posts in December, but there's still time to get people here for Fire and Ice and everything going on, and to let the community aware of everything that's going on. Every now and again, we'll still get people, as long as I've been here, we've had people say, why is it canceled because Cave Lake is drained? And it's like, no, we're definitely having it. We put it out, please. But, yeah, the next
Mark
month.
your calendar, it's happening.
Absolutely. Every year, we make sure to let people know.
So are you working with the Ely Rotary Club on the fishing derby as far as making sure we're supporting whatever efforts and marketing they're doing?
Absolutely. Kyle can probably speak more to it since he is on the Rotary board, but I can say that, I mean, if you go to our website currently, the form to sign up for the fishing derby is on our website, and they can be delivered here, and all info can be found here. I know Kyle probably has more on that.
Yeah, no, just we helped them update all their forms, get their poster out. They will be at the convention center doing the sign up the night before, as usual. It will be a party, so yeah, no, like Errol said, it'll be a lot of educating our community and our market of the schedule for Fire and Ice and the ice fishing.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any comments for Errol or Kyle? Hearing none, we'll go on to number 7, public comment. Is there any public comment from the Zoom attendees? Hearing none, any public comments from the Versacom Convention Center?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I've yet to receive any information in regards to the Silver State Motel, whether they're licensed. Again, I continuously see vehicles there. I see activity. Should be a simple question, yes or no. I've yet to receive any information in regards to the center walkway. Your new walkway is not ADA compliant. You're putting people out in the street, and that's not what the law mandates. You need to address that. Madam Chair, the Nevada Northern Railroad, again, does not operate under the Nevada Open Meeting Law. There's hundreds of thousands of dollars being spent with no accountability. They need to be cut off until they come under the Nevada Open Meeting Law so the questions can be answered, including the rumors of tens of thousands of dollars being embezzled. Whether it's true or not, we need to know. Simple yes or no. Madam Chair, I've not received any information in regards to why you continue to pay for Doris Lawler under the Public Employees Benefits Program. That should be an easy one, but again, still no answer. Madam Chair, to date, I've not received a clear answer why the board is, let's see, Shadrach Michaels, whether he's an employee or not. I've asked numerous times. I've asked also in regards to the BMX park. I see vehicles there. Are they properly licensed or collecting room tax? I'd like to know what's going on. I have a concern in regards to the kiosk that you put across from Sports World. At times, Sports World is putting different advertisements on either side and blocking the view. That particular kiosk needs to be removed and put in an area where it's visible all the time. Madam Chair, I've seen, again, RVs parked around the area. This one was down by Hen Line. I don't know if you're collecting any route tax off of that. Again, either we have rules and regulations or we don't. There was several bills that I have a concern on. I wasn't able to ask during the time, but let me find it here, Madam Chairman. Other than that, you should have a copy of the bill so that they can be reviewed. You paid an amount to Boys and Girls Club. You paid an amount to Ely Rotary. Why are you paying dues to a private club?
That's 3 minutes, thanks,
I
George.
need some answers, please.
Thank you, George. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. How about some answers?
I'd like to offer public comment. The public comment, I just want to publicly thank Wayne Cameron for his years of service as the White Pine Chamber Executive Director. Wayne, thank you for all you've done, and we don't like the word retirement, we just like maybe volunteerism in continuing to volunteer like you always do. And just on behalf of everyone, I want to say thank you for everything you do for us, and I suspect you'll continue to help. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Any other public comment?
I have some public comment real quick, Carolyn. As everybody knows, I'll be terming out this year. It will be my last meeting as a board member. And I just want to thank everybody, the staff, the White Pine Tourism staff, my fellow board members, and the public of White Pine County for giving me the opportunity to serve on the board. I'm really proud of what we've accomplished over the last 4 years, and I hope to keep helping in the future. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
All right, at this time, we're going to adjourn our meeting. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year.
New Year.
New Year.
Thank you.
This kind of button, I was like, ah, heck. I don't know how to get it out of there. This was.
This has been a Georgetown production. George Chachis reporting.